I'm going to walk you through my process of using public city and county council meetings to come up with my videos for Instagram. So the first thing you need to do is figure out where these meetings are live streamed and where the recordings are kept. For me here in Charleston, we have a dedicated YouTube channel for our city's public meetings. So if that's where they are, it's going to look like this. You're actually going to be on this screen here. So you're going to go under live. If they're live, they're going to be housed under live here. And you're just going to have a list of all of these meetings. And I mean, you'll see like 55 minutes, 2.5 hours, so almost 5.5 hours. I'm going to show you how to get what you need in 2 to 3 minutes or less. So we're going to start with this meeting. I found that Board of Zoning Appeals meetings, planning meetings, transportation, design review boards, boards of architectural review, anything of that sort is going to have some of the best information because those are going to be the big projects that maybe a hotel is coming in or a new park or a new road, anything like that. That's what you want to look for. So we're going to go to this Board of Zoning Appeals meeting from April 1st. Doesn't matter. The meeting doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what it is. We're not going to watch it. This is an almost hour-long meeting. And you go down to where the description would be, and you're going to see this here. Follow along using transcript, show transcript. That's going to bring the transcript up over on this side here. And see there's the timestamps. You can keep them. I don't like them, so I toggle those off. We're just going to take this and we're going to select and just scroll all the way to the bottom. And we're going to copy this transcript. And that's all you need to do here. Now we're going to take this transcript and we're going to throw it into AI to get an outline. You can use whatever you want. I use Notebook LM for this. It's Google's note-taking AI. You can use ChatGPT, you can use Claude, you can use whatever the shiny object is right now. I've just got a workflow for this. So you create new. Now you can add sources. So here you can add as many sources as you want. You can upload a file, do Google Drive, a link. Now you see it says YouTube here. If it's a YouTube live, it will not pull the video. I don't know why, but it won't. That's why we copied the transcript. We're going to go copy text. We're going to paste it, insert. Now it's going to go through here with the source, and it's going to give us this little brief summary of the meeting. But we don't want the brief summary. Again, it's an hour-long meeting. So where it says start typing, please always be polite to your AI. Please give me a detailed outline of all the projects discussed in this meeting. Oops, spelled that wrong, but whatever. Now, it's going to go through and it's going to spit us out an outline that we can now go through and see which projects that were in this meeting do we want to talk about. Sometimes you're going to get 3 or 4, sometimes you're going to get 0. You just move on to the next meeting. So starts off, now we've got this here. So the second one, as we read through it here, this was a hotel that was approved back in February that they're trying to add onto and get that approved. So I know my audience, I know this is going to be a great video. So we're going to take this outline here. You can read through it. You can ask more questions. You can have it type up your script for you. Whatever your process is for that, you're going to take this information, write that script, and record your video. I'm not going to show you how I record. I use a teleprompter app. You don't have to. That's just what I do. And now the next video, we're going to show you how I take the agenda from this meeting. I can find the agenda, the PowerPoint presentation, and get pictures, move it into Canva, and then finally we're going to put it all together in CapCut. Now let's look at how I use the agenda and presentation from these council meetings to get the pictures that I use in the background of my Instagram Reels. So now you need to go to your city or county website where they host the agendas for these meetings. Typically they're going to have just the minutes, but then they're going to have the full presentation. So this is what it looks like for my market here. And you're going to scroll down to the type of meeting that it is. So we knew that it was a Board of Zoning Appeals zoning meeting. This was from April 1st. So over here, I'm going to do download agenda. So now this is going to open everything that was presented to the board for each individual project. Now, I've seen these range anywhere from 20 pages to nearly 300 pages, so give it time. Now this one's 97, so it was only an hour-long meeting. Now you're gonna scroll down and find the project that you talked about. So keep going, and that's not it. Here it is. So it was agenda item 2. So now as we go through here, we're gonna see everything that this project presented to make their case for what they're trying to do. So go through, we're gonna find a couple interesting photos. So I usually just screenshot a section of these, and I'll get a bunch, usually more than I need, just so I have options once I get into Canva. So we'll zoom back out of that. Come down here. Let's see. Here's one. We'll do this. Just really whatever you find, whatever you think is interesting, and then we'll take these. Now we're going to go over into CapCut. So here we are. I have a template created that is just 3 frames, so I can just upload, drag, and drop. So now we're going to take these photos that I just got, these screenshots. You're going to go over, you're going to upload them. Now I already uploaded some here, so we're going to use these. Otherwise you just go like upload photos and select them. So first off, we have this one here, and then it's kind of move it around as you need it. You know, I'll show you if you wanted to upload, we'll see like there was, we'll do this one here, and it's just going to pull that up right there. And then when you drag it and drop it, I've noticed you don't really need the full photo. So like it's cutting that off. That's fine. It's showing what I'm talking about. And then we'll upload the last one. Now, when you're on this bottom frame, remember when we edit, you're going to be down in this corner. So make sure there's no important information that is there. So this actually works perfect. Then I can move that. I can put myself right here. You can still see here's where it is, here's what it is, and here's part of it. It's super easy. And I do it on my computer because I think it's easier there. And then I can always just go jump on my phone and I can download, I can open up Canva and download it on my phone. So next we're gonna take all of this, the video and the background, we're gonna throw it into CapCut, and I'm gonna show you how I edit these videos super quick to make it easy to do this on the fly. Now that we have all of our assets, let's put them all together. So I have a folder here, a little handy dandy folder for all of my Instagram stuff. I've recorded my video, I've gone into Canva, and I've downloaded my background. So let's go into CapCut, and we're gonna bring all of this together super simple. So new project. Now, for the new project, you wanna start out with that background, not with the video, but with the background. So we're gonna add this. Now, we're gonna go in and add your video as an overlay. So down here, click overlay on the bottom, add overlay, go over to videos on the top, and click your video. Now we're gonna add this. So this is gonna put the video on top of that picture to where we can remove the background and make everything super, super quick, and it's so easy. So as this video loads, so now the video has loaded and we have this. So the first thing we're gonna do with your video selected, on the bottom, you're gonna scroll over to where you see remove BG. You're gonna do auto removal. Now this is a pro feature, so you do need the paid version of CapCut to do this. If this is something you're going to commit to and make a video a day or more than one video a day to post, I highly suggest just paying for CapCut because it's the best mobile editing app out there. You can do this on your computer if that's more your speed. I know Katie does it on her computer. I like to be able to do it on the fly. So now we're just gonna move myself down here into the corner. Remember, again, you are not the focus of this video. the information is the focus. So I put myself out of the way. I'm kind of behind the like and the share and comment buttons, but you can still see through them. So you can still see my face, but I am not the focus. So then we're going to go over, we're going to remove this ending that CapCut automatically adds. So select it and hit delete. Now we need to select our background. We need to make this as long or longer than the video. So then just select this end. It doesn't matter where you stop, just make it longer than this video. We're going to trim that here in just a second. So go back to the beginning. Now from here, you're going to go to right where you start talking, and you're going to see split down in the bottom left-hand corner. We're going to select your video of you talking. And right where you start talking, hit split. And then you're going to select this first part and you're going to delete it. Click and drag that over. So that's our beginning. We're going to come all the way to the end to where you stop talking. So right there, select your video and hit split. Now we're going to delete the ending of that without moving anything. Select the background, split, and delete. So now those end at the same time. Now let's polish this thing up so we can export it and post it. So go all the way back to the beginning. Now hit back. So here we are. So now we're going to add text for a thumbnail. Now what I do is I add the text and I only leave it on the frame or on the screen for the first frame so that I can select that in Instagram as the thumbnail. So I enter text. We're going to do new hotel expansion. You can't see it, so figure out what style you want to use. For me, I go to styles. I do this first one. I go background, add a background, and I make it yellow. Why? Because that's what I did with some of my first ones, and that's what it is. So now we have this, but you see down here in the bottom or in the red, it's 4 seconds long. So take this, you're going to drag that end until you can't drag it anymore. Now it's literally the first frame and it disappears. So now we're going to add our captions. So hit back all the way to the beginning. You'll see captions down on the bottom. Again, this is a pro feature to auto caption. We're going to generate. Now it's going to go through, it's going to generate your captions. Once it's done, you're going to go through and edit it and move it around. So to edit it, we're going to go again to style. This is just how I do mine. You can figure out what style you like. So style, I do that same outline. I do a background. This time I do make it black. And then we go down to the opacity and we drag that down to about 60%. Check mark. We're going to make it a little smaller. And then I just move this typically right between these two photos in the middle. So now we have our captions. Go all the way to the end, and then I just make sure that it's all good. And then we export. And now you can take it into Instagram and you can post it, do whatever you need to do there. Simple. A previously approved hotel just got a secondary approval to expand onto a neighboring property. So after getting approval in February's meeting for a 150-room hotel to be located at 245 Hugie Street, the architect for the project, Stephen Ramos, came back in front of the Board of Zoning Appeals to request modifications to the plans to include the property at 590 Meeting Street. Now, the hotel will still retain the 150 rooms with no additions on that front. Now, there will be a slight increase in the restaurant space and office and meeting spaces. Now, with the additional land, the project will move from 9 stories down to 8 stories along Hugie Street and will be only 5 stories along Meeting Street. Now, from the plans presented, it does look like a rooftop pool and pickleball court were added to those 5 stories. And for those of you concerned about the parking, there is a total of 119 on-site parking spaces, which includes 33 car stacked lifts. Now, the new design was approved by a vote of 6-0. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to follow me for more updates on this project and other news. I'm Bill Olson, your local realtor, and I keep up with what's going on around the greater Charleston area so you don't have to.